I want you to watch this video if you ever need motivation, because everything that I'm going to tell you about in this video has fired me up so much, and it's also fired up so many people around me in my community recently. So I've got a good friend called Ro Mahiko. Ro Mahiko is one of my mentors, actually. So I'd say I've got two mentors, Jordan Rassas, Ro Mahiko. These are the two guys that I really look up to in the sales space. Jordan Rassas done 4 billion closed across his clients, huge in corporate B2B sales. And then there's Ro Mahiko, over £500 million generated for clients, and he's huge in the direct sales space. So I've got two different sales mentors in two different industries. I'm actually going to be opening up a direct sales office with Ro next year. Ro Mahiko is an absolute G, and if you meet him, you'll feel his aura, like genuine, just a stud. And Ro was super funny because he's always just sending me random videos. Like on Instagram, he'll send me a video saying like, you can't give up because that's gay or something, just weird stuff. Like it sends me these weird videos all the time and it's funny. But he sent me a video on WhatsApp last week that has truly just changed lives. Since he sent me this video, it's had a massive compounding effect on everything in Alpha Setters, because he sent me a video and it's like an AI made video where it's changing like David Goggins' voice in like a podcast clip. And David Goggins says, you need to take inspiration from a crackhead, because a crackhead will always find money to get crack. And that's facts. He said, take inspiration from a crackhead and you'll become a gazillionaire. Basically, operate like a crackhead. And that really resonated. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna use my editing skills. I don't normally edit these videos, but I'm gonna put it up on the screen now.
If you really want to be successful, you got to look up to crackheads. Those guys, no matter what situation they're in, always find a way to get money, to buy crack, and never take no for an answer. Crackheads are some of the most hardworking people I've ever met. If you can tap into that energy, you'll be a gazillionaire.
So after watching that video, like, it's absolute facts, because think about a crackhead. You'll never see a crackhead go weeks and weeks and weeks without any crack. They get it somehow. Somewhere, some way, they find a way to get some money, to get some crack. Maybe they're giving hand jobs. Maybe they're doing odd jobs. In fact, there's another video that I'll put on the screen now about that one of my alpha setters put in the group chat for one of my agency clients, where a crackhead is literally cycling away with a fridge on his back.
What's going on in the wonderful world of crackheads this morning? Oh, okay, you're going to try to pick the whole fridge up. You don't want no help. You don't want somebody to get on the other side. You're just going, okay. Crackhead strength is, where is you at when I need help moving? Always find you a crackhead to help you move, because they cheap and they do stuff like this. He getting on the bike with the whole fridge on him. Crackhead strength is real. He riding the bike with the fridge. You know how hard it is to pump the homie on the handlebars, but not for him. He carried the whole, and it's full of food. Crackhead strength.
A crackhead will always find the money to get crack, so why are we not always finding a way to achieve our goals? Does a crackhead care more about getting crack than we care about getting towards our goals? But I hope not. I hope not, because if you can analyze this situation now and say, you know what, no, maybe a crackhead does care more about his crack than I care about my goals, then you're not meant to achieve those goals, bro, because you don't want it enough, and you're going to get outperformed by someone who does. You're going to get outperformed by someone with a crackhead mentality. So, on Thursday, I put that in one of my agency clients' team communications channel with all my SDRs. I put it in there as some Thursday motivation. Boom. Straight away, we started seeing results. I had a coaching call with my student, David. Now, David is one of my inner circle students. I have a one-on-one coaching call with David every single week. We're building his agency together. And at the start of October, me and David, we made a plan. This is going to be your first 10K months. We reverse engineered it. At all times, if you've got goals that you want to achieve, then you always have to reverse engineer that. You can't just have goals and throw them out into the air and be like, I hope I achieve that someday. Instead, what you need to do is you need to take the goal and just backtrack it. Reverse engineer, okay, well, this is what I need to do to get to those goals. So me and David, we reverse engineered his goals. We knew that, okay, with his current clients, with the revenue share that he's generating for his current clients, this is how much money we've got per month here. This is how much money we're going to make this month through revenue share. So how much money in new business do we need to bring in this month in order to hit 10K? So we did the maths and we knew we needed to get 2 £2,800 clients. That's all we needed. 2 sales of £2,800 in a month. That's pretty easy, right? We've got a whole month to do that. That's super easy. When it got to 14 days into the month, and David was messing around. He was going to the club. He was going on dates with silly girls. I was like, David, we need to lock in. So 2 weeks have gone by already. We've not made any progress. We need to lock in. So he locked in a little bit and he made one sale for 2.8k. Cool. And he gets to the last day. And this is on Thursday. Me and David, we had a coaching call. I was like, look, David had given up. David didn't think he was making 10k this month. And I was like, mate, David, we're doing this. We've got 1 day left, 24 hours. If a crackhead had 24 hours, you're either never allowed crack again in your life, or you make 2.8 grand today. A crackhead would somehow magically find a way to pull 2.8k out of nowhere. So I was like, David, I sent him this video. David, you are going to make £2,800 today. You don't have a choice. I don't care if you've given up. Mate, we're doing this. Crackhead mentality. Be a crackhead and find a way to get 2.8k. So we had this call. I send him this video. We're fired up. He goes away. And with 20 minutes on the clock, so throughout the day, he actually made a sale for 1.8k. And then he called me straight after, like, tell me I've made 1.8k. And I was like, bro, what you doing? I don't care about your 1.8k because we've still not hit 10k. Like, you need to go away and make another £1,000. You know? So I didn't care. I was like, David, right, we need to go away and make another £1,000 now. I want us to hit this goal. Once you set yourself a mission, you need to always follow through on that. I think lying to yourself is genuinely the biggest L that you can take as a man. Because it's like you respect other people, like you don't lie to other people, but you lie to yourself. That's ridiculous, bro. So we had a call, and David went away, and with 20 minutes on the clock, he called me. Literally 20 minutes until midnight, he made the sale for £1,000. I told him, go call all of your leads. Every lead that you spoke to in the last 2 months, call them. All of them. Fire away. Every business owner that you know, any business owner that you think might have friends that have also have friends that are business owners or whatever, just call everyone. Don't care what you got to do. Go through your contacts, call everyone. Find a way to get £1,000 right here, right now. And he did that. He executed. He stayed up all day, grinding, dialing leads. That's very uncomfortable, just going through your contacts and just calling everyone. Just calling everyone that you've ever spoke to once. They're like, why are you calling me? Why have you got my number? Delete my number. Why are you calling me? Nah. But he went away and did that, called everyone and found a way to make that £1,000 and therefore made his first 10k month in October, which is a heroic story from David. We're going to do a student interview, and I recorded the group call. We did a group call, Alpha set a group call the other day where David did a talk. I recorded it, but it's not processing for some reason. So if that sorts itself out, then I'll post it on YouTube. But if not, then me and David will do a student interview soon. But David pulled it out of nowhere and managed to make £2,800 with 1 day to go when he'd almost lost hope. Because if you genuinely do whatever it takes in order to achieve your goals, it's unreasonable that you don't win. There's a few things that you have to do. You need to reverse engineer the goal so that you've got clarity. You need to know exactly what you've got to do in order to get to that point. Let's say you're an appointment setter right now. Let's say you're making money through online appointment setting, which is what we do in Alpha Setters. And you want to make 5k a month. Okay, cool. So how much commission are you on? What's the ticket price? So how much commissions do you get per appointment that you book? Cool. So let's say you get £500 per appointment that you book, and you want to be making £5,000. Okay, so you need 10 closes. In order to get 10 closes, how many calls do you need to book? So we need 10 closes. To get 10 closes, maybe we need to book 40 sales calls. Cool. To book 40 sales calls, how many people do we need to offer a sales call? Because not everyone's going to book it. Okay, well, maybe we need to propose 80 people to get on a call. Send 80 calendar links. In order to send 80 calendar links, how many conversations do I need to have? Okay, maybe I need to have 210 conversations in order to send 80 calendar links. In order to have 210 conversations, how many outreach messages do I need to apply to? How many outreach messages do I need to send? Let's use bad numbers here. Let's say that you're not an alpha setter and you're bad. Let's say you get a 20% response rate. So that means you'd need to send 1,050 outreaches in order to do that. 1,050 outreaches, divide that by 30. That's 35 outreaches a day. 35 outreaches a day, or 35, that could be follow-ups, outreaches, whatever. 35 people a day you need to be messaging in order to hit that goal. There's your KPIs right there. So the first thing that you do in order to achieve a goal is you reverse engineer it, and you do that on a long time frame as well. My long time frame goal in the next 5 years, I want to be an industry leader in the UK sales space. I want to be an industry leader. I want to be like Ron Mahiko and Jordan Rassas, my mentors. I want to be like them. I want to be one of those guys where people just look up to me as one of the big G's in sales. I want to be making minimum like $250,000 a month, 250 grand a month minimum in the next 5 years. So what I'm going to do, I've got those big goals. I'm not just going to say those and hope that one day I just start making that amount of money and hope that one day I'm a big G in sales. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse engineer it 1 year at a time. Okay, well, 5 years, that's the goal. What do I need to do by 4 years? By 4 years, I need to be, a record-breaking sales agency owner. I need to have built a record-breaking door-to-door sales office, or I've got to do all of these things. I've got to have built successful sales teams in multiple different industries and generated X amount of £1 million in revenue for my clients. Okay, in order to do that, and then what do I have to do by 3 years? And then what do I have to do by 2 years? And then 1 year? And then 6 months? And then 3 months? And then 1 month? And then 2 weeks? And then 1 week? Literally just reverse engineer it all the way down so that you've got absolute clarity. You know what you need to do in order to achieve the goal. Most people go wrong because they don't have clarity. That's why it's helpful to have a mentor to give you clarity, and that's why it's important to reverse engineer it. Because when you know what you need to do, it just becomes a game of inputs. It's not trial and error anymore. You've got a plan. You just got to execute on that plan. Genuinely, I don't know anyone that's done this and not hit their goals, that have stuck to the inputs. It makes it unreasonable for you not to win. So you need clarity, and then you just need to be willing to do whatever it takes to win. The crackhead mentality. That's literally this. It's changed the game for me and the boys this week. I'm super fired up now as well from it. From my group call yesterday in the Alpha Setter, group call. Genuinely, that was such a sick group call as well. It even fired me up. We was talking for an hour and a half. We opened it up to the general public so that anyone could jump in and listen to it. It's just super motivational. We've genuinely got the best community on the internet, hands down. No one's got a community like Alpha Setters. But you just got to be willing to do whatever it takes to win. If you're willing to do that, a few things happen there. One, you're going to realize that there's a lot more opportunity than you think there is. A lot of people think there isn't opportunity. There's so much opportunity. And when 100% of your brain power is focused on a goal, those thoughts that you have throughout the day, everything's aligned with your goals now. You're no longer thinking about, the weekend and, my girlfriend, blah, 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 what am I going to have for tea, blah. You're not thinking about silliness now. Now all of your thoughts throughout the day, because you're obsessed, all of your thoughts are going to be towards achieving your mission, towards your goals. We have 60,000 thoughts a day, on average. If 60,000 thoughts every single day are all about your goals, you're going to come up with some amazing ideas at some point. Some of the best ideas that I've ever had in my life are all just random light bulb moments, just throughout the day. I'm in the shower or whatever. So that's the first thing. By becoming obsessed, you're going to realize, you're going to start seeing opportunity. And the next thing is, when you become obsessed, God knows who deserves the results. Genuinely. One of my SDRs, Jamie. I just built an SDR team for one of my clients. It's an agency owner. We're cold calling 7-figure e-commerce brands. One big thing that we've been struggling with is getting past the gatekeeper. So me and Jamie, we jumped in a co-working session where I showed him live, me cold calling and beefing gatekeepers. I'm super aggressive when I talk to gatekeepers. If you're an SDR watching this, there's 2 ways that you get past the gatekeeper. Number 1, you're just super agreeable. You come across like you're their best mate. Hi, yeah, is Maxi in? Right, sorry, who's talking? Who's Maxi? Maxi who? What's your reason for the call? Who are you trying to contact? Oh, sorry, I didn't realise I was speaking to a receptionist. I thought this was his dial. Oh, sorry, Maxi. Maxwell. I don't think I remember his surname. Don't tell him I forgot his surname. Maxwell Bennett, that's the one. Yeah, can you put me through to Maxi, please? Tell him it's his mate Temmie. Tell him it's his mate Temmie on the line. I just want to speak to Maxi, if that's all right. Put me through, please. You either sound like their best mate, or you sound like a mafia boss and you're owed £100 million, and you sound pissed. Because the goal here, so a receptionist is literally trained, don't let through cold callers. A receptionist will get sacked if they let through too many cold callers. They're literally trained to be the gatekeeper, to cock block you, to not let through cold callers. So you've got to sound like you're not a cold caller. So you either sound like, A, you're their best mate, and that works for more agreeable people. I'm not that agreeable of a person. So I'm a little bit more disagreeable. So I go with the disagreeable approach, and I sound like I'm pissed. So what I'll do is I'll call them. I'm like, who's this? This is not Maxwell. Why am I not speaking to Maxwell? Put me through to him, please. Who's this? Who's speaking? Like, what's the reason for the call? Sorry, did you hear what I said? Put me through to Maxwell Benif now, please. Maxwell Benif. Maxwell. Benif. Maxwell Benif. Who's calling? What's the reason for you calling? He knows what I'm talking about. He knows why I'm calling. Tell him it's Temi Lowry on the line. I can spell it out for you if you want. Put me through to Maxwell now, please. Just sound pissed. Just sound super mad. Like, no, not answering the questions, not taking shit. Put me through to Maxwell now. That works so well because it actually makes receptionists literally just shit themselves. You don't sound like a cold caller now. You sound like it's urgent business. Like Maxwell's in trouble or something. The business owner's in trouble. So they just literally shit themselves and put you through. It's a little bit peak, but at the end of the day, they're trying to take you away from their goals. So show no mercy on these gatekeepers, boys. There's two approaches there. So I was doing live appointment setting, like literally cold calling guys live in front of my team to show them how it's done, to show them that I know what I'm talking about and stuff. And the boys thought it was jokes, like watching me sit there, like they were laughing their heads off, like saying I've got some serious balls. But genuinely, if you go with the disagreeable approach, you can't half-heart it. You've got to be either fully agreeable or fully disagreeable. Any middle ground gets sensed by the gatekeepers as weakness, and they're going to get rid of you. So we're doing this live cold calling session. The boys learned a lot. And then the next day, Jamie was cold calling, and his KPI is he's just got to make a minimum of 50 dials a day. Ideally, he can do more, but he's just got to do a minimum of 50. So the first 50 he has to do. Anything over 50 is because he wants to do it. On Friday he said, okay, he did his 50 dials, and he had some other stuff that he wanted to get done throughout the day. But it was like, you know what? I'm just going to push myself a little bit more though, and just make 5 more calls. Just going to make 5 more calls. Fair enough. I respect that lad. And then on his 52nd call, he had a call. He got past the gatekeeper using the disagreeable approach that I just showed him how to do. And he booked his first call. He got to the decision maker. He pitched him and got him booked in on a call. On his 52nd call. That would have never happened if he just clocked out at 50. He said he was going to make 5 more calls. And the reason why I think this is significant is what I told Jamie is that God knows who deserves the results. Genuinely, if you do just the bare minimum, or what you're supposed to do, what everyone else is doing, you're never really going to stand out there. You know, God favors his warriors. I truly believe this. Like, if you truly put 100% into something, and you just fight and fight and fight for it, and you're just trying to go above and beyond whenever you can, God will reward your efforts. God will favor his warriors. God knows when you deserve the results or not. Jamie butts that call on his 52nd call because he didn't have to be there dialing. He had loads of other stuff to do, but he was like, look, let me just push myself for another 5 calls, and then I can go about my business. And because he did that, he got a sales call booked. So if you're struggling to get to your goals, bro, just lock in. Do more than everyone else. Mindset times activity times performance. Those are the 3 things that are going to dictate how much money you make. Increase your activity, make more money. Increase your mindset, make more money. It's that simple, right? So yeah, God knows who deserves the results. So like genuinely, like David going out there on that last day, fighting, calling every single one of his leads, bang, 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 bang. Fighting until the time was up, and literally made the last sale 20 minutes until midnight on the 31st of October. God knew he deserved the results. God could see him truly putting his 100% into it, and God rewarded him for that. So yeah, like go away and think, like ask yourself, like, are you truly giving your 100% towards your goals right now? And if you're not, well, how are you going to change that moving forward? Does a crackhead care more about crack than you care about your goals? Have a think about that question. If the answer is no, crackhead probably cares more, then you need to reevaluate yourself there. You need to make some serious changes internally. If you're willing to do whatever it takes, you will make money. It's unreasonable for you not to. You'll make money whatever industry you want to go into. You can go into a saturated industry like dropshipping and still succeed if you're willing to do whatever it takes in order to get there. You come into an appointment setting and you've got the right mindset, you can, it's guaranteed, because there's so much opportunity in the space right now, but there's not enough A players in the market to go around, genuinely. The biggest supply and demand problem I've ever seen in my life, genuinely, is that there's not enough A player appointment setters and closers in the market right now. So there's so much money to make for people like me and you who are willing to put in the work, are willing to go above and beyond for our clients. it's like there's money on the table. We've just got to go out and claim it. You just got to have that mindset, boys. The crackhead mentality, all November. Let's make it happen, boys. Let's have a violent month. If you are interested in starting to obviously learn how to make money online through sales, not through some mad thing, saturated side hustle, literally just sales, online sales, I do have a free school community that you can click the link in the description and join. We've got 10 course modules there for you to go through. There's a lot of content. It's going to take a while for you to go through that. And we're going to get back on it with the weekly group calls as well, boys. So join the free school community below. Subscribe for more content like this. And as always, boys, keep grinding.